My beloved child, today, I want you to sit still in silence and listen with your whole heart. For the words that are about to be spoken do not come from man, but from the heavenly realm where all things begin and where all things are divinely ordained. Your angel, your silent yet faithful guardian, who has watched over every step you've taken, has been entrusted with a sacred mission to deliver to you this message directly from the depths of my heart. This is not an ordinary message, but the result of a divine decision proclaimed in the council of heaven, where I and the heavenly hosts have solemnly decreed a new turning point in your life. Do you not know, my child, that every time you prayed, every tear you shed in moments of despair was never forgotten? They have been gathered, cherished like precious pearls in golden bowls before my throne. And from those quiet petitions, a shift has begun, not with loud noises or flashes of lightning, but through a deep movement in the spirit realm, invisible to the human eye yet perceptible to faith. Heaven has moved on your behalf. A command has been issued. A judgment full of righteousness and love has been executed. There are times in life when you don't understand why you must endure hardships, why doors close, or why dreams seem to fall apart. But, my child, what you think is a delay is actually preparation. What you perceive as loss is the clearing of the path ahead. I have never left you alone in battle without sending heavenly warriors. And today, I affirm to you, the appointed time has come, the time for my will concerning your life to unfold more clearly than ever before. Your angel has witnessed your nights of weeping, your moments of hesitation, and the times you remained faithful, even when nothing seemed to change. That faithfulness has stirred heaven. That trust has unlocked the gateway for me to move more powerfully in your life. Now, a spiritual turning point has been established not by your strength, but by the divine calling and destiny I placed in you before you were formed in your mother's womb. Do not think you are too small to be a vessel for something great. Do not believe that your silent years have been in vain. In that stillness, I have been quietly building within you a foundation that cannot be shaken. And now, as the time has arrived, what I have sown in you will begin to bear fruit. Nothing happens by chance. Heaven does not act on impulse, but in divine timing. And your time, the moment of transformation for both your soul and your life, has begun. Prepare yourself not with human strength, but with faith. Let your heart be pure, like an altar ready to receive my holy presence. Step courageously out of your comfort zone, for your angel has not come merely to comfort you, but to guide and make a way. What is coming will surpass your imagination, but it will never exceed the loving control of my hand. Though there will be challenges, you will not be defeated. Though changes will come, you will not be abandoned. For I am the one who began this good work in you, and I am also the one who will bring it to completion in its perfect time. Look back at your journey. Every scar has meaning. Every failure was preparation. I have used both the good and the difficult to shape you. No puzzle piece is wasted. And now, the picture of your life is becoming clearer under the light of my eternal design. Heaven has confirmed you as one chosen for a divine purpose. Your angel has been sent not only to protect, but to usher you into a new phase, a season of revelation, of outpouring, of fulfillment for the very things you once prayed for through tears and silence. So stand firm. Do not fear when you feel you are stepping into the unknown. It is in those very moments that you are walking closer to the destiny I have prepared for you. Your guardian angel will not leave your side. Neither will I. And no force of darkness will be able to stop what I have decreed from heaven. My beloved, This turning point is not merely a change in circumstance, it is a transformation of the soul, of your perspective, your way of living, and your way of believing. A new season has opened. Step into it with expectation. For I am the God who does not deceive, who never breaks a promise, and who always acts right on time. Everything is in motion, and you are a vital part of it. My beloved child, this is a time unlike any season you've ever experienced. It is not a random event, nor a coincidence of circumstances. It is a divine orchestration. I, the one who created you with eternal love, am quietly and steadily aligning every detail in your life to match my perfect and good will. You may not see the full picture clearly yet, but every small piece is being placed precisely where it belongs, beyond the comprehension of human understanding. There are things in your life you once thought were failures, wounds so deep you feared you'd never rise again, but they are not meaningless. They are part of the grand design I am weaving. Relationships that were broken and seemed beyond repair, I am visiting them with forgiveness, healing, and restoration beyond what you can imagine. Dreams you once carried but had to set aside because of harsh realities, I have never forgotten them. They have not been buried, only hidden beneath the soil of time, waiting for their appointed season to bloom in beauty and abundance. And the promises I made to you, even those you've nearly forgotten because they seem delayed, I am fulfilling them on a divine schedule where not 1 second is late and not one detail is missed. My child, I know there are days when everything feels tangled. You pray and receive no answer. You obey, only to find closed doors. You search for light, but all you see is a thick fog. But remember this, not all of my movements come with noise. There are wonders I perform in silence, quietly laying the foundation stones for a new season in your life. Even when you feel nothing, I am working. Even when you think everything is chaos, that is the very moment my hand is building. In the unseen, I am linking the chains of destiny and clearing the way ahead. No power can block it. The chaos you see with your physical eyes is not the truth in the spirit realm. It is the soil being turned, the stage being set for transformation. I am bringing order out of disorder, not a fragile human order, but a divine order born of my presence and power. I am bringing beauty from ashes, not a beauty merely to behold, but one that is alive, powerful enough to transform you and those who will be touched by your life. My dear one, when you feel weak, know that it is in your weakness that my strength is made perfect. When you have nothing left to cling to, that is when you cling to me most truly. When you cannot see the way, let me lead. Do not judge the journey by its rocky paths. I am painting the whole picture, and the most beautiful part has not yet been revealed. Do not fear the silence, for within it I am doing things that will one day make you exclaim, "So, you were working for me all along." Ole, rest in trust, not the rest of resignation, but the rest of a child who knows their father is in control. Let go of the fear that you are on the wrong path. If you stay faithful, I will always pull you back on course. No matter how many times you stray, keep walking, even if the steps are small, because I am orchestrating every moment, every encounter, every open door, never early, never late. And when that day comes, the day when everything seems to rise all at once, when what you waited so long for suddenly appears like a miracle, you will understand. Not a single moment was wasted. Not one tear was meaningless. I have seen, I have heard, and I have prepared everything so that the best will not only come to you but remain with you. So trust. My child, do not be afraid when what you see does not align with what you hoped. Remember that my plan is greater than your limited perspective. And when you hold fast to your faith through the darkest seasons, that is when you are drawing closest to your harvest. A season of peace, a season of restoration, a season where my grace will shine like the morning sun after a long night. I am working not in the way you expected, but in the way that will leave you forever grateful. Trust in me, for I have never broken a promise, and I love you now and forevermore. My beloved child, do not let what your eyes see cause you to doubt what I have promised. Do not let delays discourage you, for my timing is never late. Do not let old wounds make you believe you are unworthy of healing. You are my beloved, chosen, kept, and destined for what is good. Abundant life is not just a concept you read about in Scripture. It is a reality I desire for you to live day by day, moment by moment. Trust in me, for I do not change. My love for you is not based on how often you get it right, but on my eternal choice. I chose you. I called you, and now I walk with you, never abandoning you, never forgetting you, and never ceasing to love you. Walk forward with the assurance that I am with you. Before you is my guidance. Beside you is my protection. Behind you is my covering. And within you is my unshakable promise. Your life is not headed for a dead end. It is moving toward the fullness of life I have prepared for you, filled with love, grace, and unwavering power. My beloved child, there are moments in your life that may feel quiet, yet carry immense weight in eternity. This is one of those moments, a season of silent but deep preparation. While you may think nothing significant is happening, I am working quietly within your heart. Everything you are walking through, both ease and struggle, is not meaningless. It is part of how I am preparing you for the blessings ahead. You may not see it yet, but I am clearing the soil of your inner life, like a diligent farmer preparing the ground before sowing seed. No one sows into dry, stony ground. Likewise, I will not pour out blessings into a heart not yet ready to receive them. I love you too much to give you something great before your heart is able to carry it. A blessing given too soon can become a burden, but when it comes in the time I have prepared, it will become a stream of life, joy, and unceasing fruitfulness. So do not be surprised if this season looks like delay or even hardship. The preparation I am doing in you is not merely surface level. It is a work of deep inner transformation. You may be undergoing pruning. Relationships may be strained. Habits may need to be surrendered. Plans may need to be paused. This is not loss. It is refinement. Just as a vine must be pruned to bear more fruit, I am removing from you things that seem important but actually hinder your lasting growth. Do not fear when parts of you are brought into the light. The weaknesses you've tried to hide, the wounds you thought were healed, I am touching them now. Not to shame you, but to heal you at the root. I am fortifying the most tender places within you, because what I am preparing for you next will require a strong heart, a steady spirit, and an unshakable faith. You cannot carry what I intend to give you if your soul remains tied to old fears, frailty, or brokenness. My child, it does not bring me joy to see you hurt, but I know that sometimes the soul needs to be shaken in order to remove the layers of dust that have settled over time. Just as rain does not only refresh but also washes clean, just as wind does not only cool but also sweeps away the withered leaves, this trial is not punishment. It is part of the preparation. And I am with you in every moment of it, holding you, wiping your tears, and whispering, Trust me. Let me work. What is coming will far surpass what you feel is being lost." End quote. I know there are moments when you wonder, why me? Why is the preparation taking so long? But my child, it is because you have been chosen for something special. And special assignments require thorough, intentional preparation. I do not work hastily. I am laying a foundation not just for a short season, but for a long journey and an eternal purpose. Your waiting is not in vain. Your patience is building an inner strength you have yet to fully recognize. So trust the process. When you don't see immediate results, don't lose heart. When everything seems upside down, do not be afraid. For I am working all things together, the good and the hard, the sweet and the bitter, for your greatest good. One day, you will look back on this season and smile, saying, "Father, you prepared me so carefully for something far greater than I could ever have imagined." And the abundance I promise is not merely material, it is a life full of meaning, vitality, love, and my presence. A life where you walk not with heaviness, but with the lightness of one who knows they are loved, protected, and led by the one who never fails. And to live that life, your heart must be tilled, cleansed, and fully prepared. That is the work I am doing in you today. My beloved, do not fear the preparation. Embrace it like a farmer who smiles as he sees the ground made ready. Knowing the harvest is coming, keep hoping, for the seed of blessing is being sown, and the harvest will come in the right time, in the right way, and filled with the fullness of my glory. You are not forgotten. You are being prepared, and what is good is drawing nearer every day. I love you, and I am preparing you not for a temporary life, but for the fullness I have designed for you from the beginning. My beloved child, in these days of turmoil and division, I am doing a deep and sacred work in the hearts of my people, not just a personal work, but one of unity, connection, and rebuilding. I am awakening a spirit of oneness, a heart that leans toward others rather than pushing away, a longing for partnership over competition. This is no longer a time for everyone to go their own way, but a moment for my body, those called by my name, to come together in love, in humility, and in a shared purpose, to build my kingdom on earth. Look around, and you will see the world is full of striving, jealousy, and fracture. But I have not called you to live that way. You were not created to be cut off from the rest of the body, but to be connected, to be in harmony, and to support one another. Just as the human body cannot be healthy if its parts act independently, so my spiritual body cannot thrive unless every part beats in rhythm, moves in the same direction, and lives in love and service. Do not let differences in thought, background, or gifting separate you from your brothers and sisters. I have given each person different gifts, not to breed comparison or pride, but to complement, enrich, and co-labor in the great work that no one can do alone. Do not let envy blind you to the truth that every member is precious, and no role is insignificant in my eyes. Even small divisions can block the flow of blessing, but unity between even two or three can stir heaven itself. Walk with a spirit that builds up, always seeking to strengthen those beside you, not weaken them. When you see someone stumble, do not judge, but extend your hand to lift them up. When someone hurts you, do not hold on to bitterness, but choose forgiveness, for you have been forgiven of far greater things by me. Forgiveness is not given because others deserve it, but because you choose to live in freedom, to live as your Father in heaven does. Every act of forgiveness is a step toward spiritual maturity, and every time you humble yourself, you are clearing the way for me to work through you. Be humble. Humility is the foundation of every right relationship. It does not make you weak, it makes you strong in my light. When you choose to lower yourself so that others may rise, when you choose to listen instead of impose, when you pause to understand instead of rush to condemn, that is when you are living as my beloved Son. Jesus lived, and when my people begin to live this way together, I will pour out my presence and my power upon them in fullness and clarity. Remember this, there is no revival without unity. There is no lasting miracle without sincere love among the chosen ones. The days ahead will demand hearts that stand together, not just stand alone. I am looking for those who not only know how to pray alone, but also intercede for others. Not just those who trust me in private, but those who walk together, bound as a true spiritual family. You will see that when you live in unity through your words, attitudes, and actions, my power will begin to move mightily among you. Doors once closed will swing open. Healings you have longed for will come unexpectedly. Prayers that once seemed unanswered will bear fruit when you and your brothers and sisters are in one accord. And above all, my name will be glorified not through one person, but through a united people who love, who walk in humility, and who together reflect my glory in a world that is breaking apart. My beloved, I have not only called you to come to me, but to come to one another. This is a dual journey, both upward and outward, and when you walk in both directions, you will experience a depth of faith you have never known. My presence will not only touch your life, it will flood your community. My love will not only be something you receive, but something you continually give. Therefore, be the one who initiates unity. Be the one who starts reconciliation. Be the first to say sorry, the first to forgive, the first to reach out. Not because you are weak, but because you are strong in me. And when you do this, you will pave the way for a new season, a season where my name is proclaimed not through the strength of one, but through the resonance of a people living in love, humility, and unity. I love you. I love them too. And I am pleased when you love one another as I have loved you. This is the very sign that tells the world you belong to me. And this is the beginning of a transformation that nothing can stop. My beloved child, in the days ahead, I am calling you into a sacred journey, not one of rushing, striving, or worry, but one of deep rest in my presence through a life of prayer and worship. This is not a religious formality. It is an invitation to healing and spiritual restoration, an invitation to return to the deepest place of connection between you and me. I do not call you to come with rigid rituals, but with a sincere heart, a spirit that hides nothing, and with your full self, your weaknesses, your wounds, your uncertainties. You may ask, why would you call me to praise when my heart is heavy? How can I offer up songs when everything around me seems to be falling apart? My beloved, I am not calling you to praise because everything is perfect, but because in that praise, you will discover a deeper level of faith, a place where you learn to trust in me not because the circumstances are favorable, but because you know that I am unchanging. Praise, my child, is not a product of fleeting emotion. It is a decision of the heart. When you praise me in pain, it is not pretense, it is courage. It is a declaration that your trust is not anchored to the shifting winds of life, but rooted in me. To praise in suffering is to sow a seed into dry ground, but that very seed will bring forth a harvest of healing, restoration, and miracles in the days to come. Make time not only to speak to me with your lips, but to pour out your soul before me. Let your prayers be more than lists of needs. They are the steady breath of a heart living in worship. Open your heart unhidden, unpolished, and I will come and dwell there. As I have promised, I inhabit the praises of my people. In that place of presence, you will be transformed, not from the outside in, but from the very core of your soul. Remember, praise does not make me greater, for I am already almighty, glorious, and unchanging. But praise opens your heart to see me as I truly am, the one who still holds all things. Even when you do not understand what is happening, when you raise your voice in the storm, you place your hand on the mightiest weapon, a spiritual weapon that not only protects you but defeats fear, discouragement, and doubt. Praise is a spiritual declaration that you believe I am still reigning, even when no sign seems to show it. It is your way of proclaiming that darkness will not overcome the light, and that the storm cannot shake the firm foundation of my love. Praise is the mark of a soul that knows victory is not something that comes after the battle. It has already been declared in my name. I know you may come to me weary, in tears, or even in silence, but come anyway. Worship anyway, because it is in your weakest moments that you will see me as the strongest. It is when you have no words left that I will place a new song in your mouth, a song not born from earth, but from heaven. In these days, let every place you stand become a living altar where praise flows not just through song, but through how you live with patience, with kindness, with forgiveness, and humility amidst a world of pride. I have seen the nights you collapsed with no one noticing, the days you kept walking though your heart trembled. And today, I call you into a new season, a season where praise is not just the sound of lips, but the rhythm of a heart living by faith. When you choose to worship me in the midst of what is not yet whole, you are writing a story of faith that both heaven and hell will take notice of. And this I promise you, if you remain faithful for the next 7 days, if you offer praise as a living sacrifice, not based on emotion, but grounded in trust, you will see me move. Not always the way you expect, but always in the best way. I will turn mourning into dancing, ashes into crowns, sorrow into garments of praise. You will see me not only as the one who hears prayer, but as the one who dwells in the midst of worship. And in that moment, your surroundings, whether your home, your workplace, or the quiet corners of your soul, will become a sanctuary of my glory. So, my child, step into these 7 days with an open heart. Don't wait until you feel good enough, strong enough, holy enough. Come as you are tired, uncertain, but willing, for I do not require perfection. I simply seek a sincere heart. And when you give me both your weakness and your trust, I will turn it into something miraculous. I love you, and I am waiting for you not in a distant place, but in the very song you are about to sing. Let worship be your breath, your strength, your soul's voice in these coming days. For where there is praise, there I am, and where I am, there will be miracles. My beloved, each morning is a new beginning, a gift I place in your hands with the breaking of dawn. And in that still moment before the world demands your attention, before your phone buzzes with messages, work, or worry, I long for you to remember me. Not because I need to be remembered, but because you need direction. I invite you to begin the day not with urgency, but with reverence, not with pressure, but with presence. I desire that you pause even for a moment to breathe slowly. And remember that you do not enter this day alone. Let praise be the first thing on your lips before complaints, doubts, or weariness. Raise your hands, even in a small room or in the chaos of life, for that act is a symbol of surrender and trust. Bow your knees, not because you are weak, but because you are strong in humility. Offer me the first fruits of your day, as a child who loves their father, not just for what he does, but for who he is, worthy of praise. I know there are mornings when you wake up with a heavy heart, perhaps the night before held silent tears, or burdens you cannot name. Maybe you do not feel like singing, your voice trembling, your spirit empty. But when you choose to sing to me, even then, you are praising with the purest form of faith, not drawn from feelings, but from a deep belief that I am still worthy, even when life feels undone. Call on my name. Even if your prayer is only a whisper, declare my goodness. Even if your heart does not yet feel peace. For my child, I do not measure your praise by how loud your voice is or how perfect the ceremony. I seek only a sincere heart, a soul that comes honestly, without masks, ready to give the best they have, even if it's only a fragile breath, a glance toward heaven, or a whisper through tears. And right there where you begin the day with gratitude amid what's unfinished, where you kneel when the world demands you to stand, I will meet you. I will come, not with thunder or lightning, but with quiet, powerful presence. I will fill you with peace no one can steal. I will give you joy untouched by circumstance. I will strengthen you to stand, not by your own effort, but through my living grace from above. Each day you live is an invisible battleground. Things your eyes cannot see are still unfolding, battles in the mind, silent arrows of doubt, careless words that wound, pressures you cannot put into words. But you are not fighting alone. I am fighting for you. I am the one who never sleeps, never tears, never abandons a weary soldier. When you are weak, I am your strength. When you are lost, I am your light. When you fall, I am the hand that lifts you. So let praise be the key that unlocks your day. Do not give your first moments to the things that worry you. Give them to me, the one who holds your every breath, who knows how this day ends before it even begins. Let worship be the first and last rhythm of your every day, so that when you walk through hours of exhaustion, your praise has already prepared you to face anything. You will see a miracle not because circumstances change instantly, but because you change in how you face them. A heart of praise may not promise a storm-free day, but it guarantees you won't be swept away. A morning song may be small, but it has the power to shape your entire day with faith, peace, and the awareness that I am always near. My beloved, each morning is an invitation. I am waiting for you before the phone, before the schedule, before everything else. I do not demand perfection. I desire only this, that you come to me, truly. And when you choose to make me your first priority, you don't just shift your schedule, you reshape your heart. Come, my child. Begin each day in your Father's embrace, for there, you will never lack anything. There, you will remember who you are, and from that place, you will walk not in your own strength, but in the power, joy, and peace I promise to those who choose to praise me in an imperfect world. Beloved child of mine, in this journey of faith that you are walking, there is a treasure I have placed for you, not in a far-off place, not hidden in the shadows, but right within your reach, my word. I long for you to come to my word each day, not as a duty to fulfill, but as a sacred encounter between father and child, a deep conversation between eternal love and a soul longing for truth. My word is not merely letters on a page, it is living breath, a power that can touch the deepest parts of your being. Do you know? Each time you open the Bible, you are opening a door into my very heart. Those words carry life, not fleeting life like grass or flowers, but everlasting life. Life that refreshes your soul and ignites your weary spirit. My word is sharper than any double-edged sword, not to harm, but to cut away what does not belong to me, to divide truth from lies, to heal wounds the world cannot see. In my word, you will find a lamp that lights your path when you don't know where to go, a beacon to guide you at life's crossroads, and a gentle whisper reminding you that you are never alone. There will be moments when you come to me in tears, and I may not answer with thunder or loud miracles, but I answer through the very words you read. When your heart is broken, I use my word to mend it. When your mind is overwhelmed, I quiet your thoughts through Scripture. When your faith is running dry, each verse becomes cool water in a desert, bread that nourishes a starving soul. That is how I stay beside you silently, faithfully, and with unrelenting love. My word is not a set of cold commands or harsh rules. It is a love letter I've written to you, every line filled with the affection of a father who loves unconditionally. Within it, I speak of my promises, promises that remain unshaken even when you change, that are not canceled by circumstances, and are never delayed. There, you will read that I have forgiven you, chosen you, and prepared a great destiny for you, even when you feel undeserving. You will begin to see yourself through my eyes, not as the flawed person the world sees, but as my beloved child, restored, covered by grace, and made for good things. I know reading my word can feel difficult at times. Life gets busy, and your mind is filled with so many concerns. But precisely because of that, you need my word now more than ever. You cannot walk through a world of lies without truth. You cannot fight an invisible enemy without a weapon. And my word is the mightiest spiritual sword, your fortress against deception, fear, and despair. Each time you meditate on it, you sharpen that sword. Each moment spent in my word strengthens your faith. Don't just read it with your eyes. My child, read it with your heart. Let every story, every promise, every vivid image from Scripture soak into your soul. Meditate on it, not as a lesson to learn, but as the very breath that sustains your spiritual life. When you let my word dwell within you, you will witness a transformation not only outwardly, but from within. You will find peace replacing anxiety, clarity dispelling confusion, and hope blooming in every barren place of your mind. And you will grow not only in knowledge, but in faith. Your faith will no longer be borrowed from others, but become your own, built on the firm foundation of my word. Your thoughts will be renewed, no longer bound by the lies the world feeds you. Your heart will be transformed, softer toward the things of mine, stronger against life's challenges. Let my word become an essential part of your day, like bread for your body, like water for your soul. Come to Scripture, not out of obligation, but because you long to meet your Father. I am waiting for you in every page, in every small letter, brimming with power. Let every time you open my word be a moment of opening your heart to receive life, truth, and unchanging love. And as you do, You won't just know me more, you'll discover more of who you truly are in the eyes of the one who created you. My beloved, my word is a gift, a compass, a source of life. Take hold of it, hold it close, and live by it. For when you live in my word, you truly live, not merely surviving, but walking in the freedom, strength, and destiny I have prepared for you since the beginning. I love you, and I will always speak to you if you are willing to listen. Open the book, and let me begin this new chapter with you today. Beloved child of mine, as you step into these special days, I am not only looking at what you will do, I am gazing at who you are becoming. This is not a test, nor a race to prove your faithfulness or diligence. It is an invitation to go deeper, to come closer, and to discover the most precious gift in our relationship, transformation. Not transformation to be loved, but because you already are, not striving to earn, but living from the fullness you have already received in me. Do you know that when you lift your voice in praise, I am not the only one exalted, you are being lifted as well. Praise does not change my nature as God, I remain eternal, faithful, and almighty, whether the whole world worships or remains silent. But what praise does is change your heart. When you praise me, your heart is raised above the burdens of the world. When you worship, your soul is set right, not trapped in fear or anxiety, but turned toward light, hope, and eternal life. Understand that worship is not confined to a church or to the sound of instruments. Worship is the posture of your heart, the attitude of your spirit, the daily choice to place me above all else. When you sing, when you pray, when you sit in silence and listen, each of those small acts, if offered in love and sincerity, becomes worship. And in worship, you are no longer the same. You are being renewed, healed, and restored in the places that have grown weary from years of constant battle. In these days, I do not want you striving to earn my love. That love is not a reward for the worthy. It is a gift for every heart willing to receive. You do not need to prove your worth. In my eyes, you are already precious from the moment you could not yet pray, from the times you stumbled, from the days you had nothing but a troubled heart. I love you not because you are perfect, but because you are mine, and worship brings you closer to that love, not only to believe it in your mind, but to feel it in your soul that you are truly loved, truly held, and truly safe in arms that will never let go. When you seek me, you will find me not because I am hiding, but because I have always been waiting for you to return. My presence is not a prize for eloquent prayers, but a refuge for those who know they need grace. In the quiet moments, I will whisper what your heart needs to hear, words of comfort, guidance, and reminders that you are not alone. When you thirst for me, I do not let you stay thirsty. I come and fill, not just to make you feel better, but to help you live stronger, to live as the one I created you to be. Beloved one, let praise become the rhythm of your heartbeat. Let it sweep away the dust of doubt, soften the noise of worry, and rekindle the flame of faith that once dimmed. Praise aligns your heart with mine so you can hear my voice more clearly amidst the world's noise, and walk more firmly through the whirlwind of change. When you praise, you are telling your soul, my Father still reigns. He is still good, and I still trust. Oh, each word of praise is like a seed of faith planted into the soil of your life. And in time, those seeds will grow into a harvest of peace, hope, and strength on days when it feels hardest to rise. When you praise me not for what I've done, but for who I am, you enter a deeper place in our relationship, a place not shaken by fleeting emotions, but grounded in the unchanging rock of my love. Remember, the most important thing in these 7 days is not how much time you spend or how many songs you sing, but the transformation happening within you. It's how your heart softens toward me each day, how your eyes grow brighter with hope, and how your steps become bolder in faith. I am not seeking perfection in your worship. I am seeking a true heart. And if you come to me with gratitude, with weakness, yet sincerity, I will do the rest. And then, you will begin to see yourself the way I see you, not as one barely surviving, but as one deeply loved, intentionally chosen, and fully equipped to walk in victory, not by your own strength, but because you are walking in the light of my presence. My child, do not fear change. Embrace this journey as a return to what matters most, a living, simple, yet powerful relationship between you and me. I am here, ready to receive you. Come with praise, and you will leave transformed, for once your heart beats in rhythm with mine, nothing will be impossible. I love you, and I am waiting for you every day, every morning, every moment of these 7 sacred days. My beloved child, today, I ask you a question not to test your courage, nor to measure your faith, but to invite you into a sacred journey I have long prepared. Are you willing? Are you ready to accept this invitation not as a burden, but as a grace? 7 days? Just 7 days. But if you commit to walking with me, those 7 days can transform your life. Not because you will do grand things, but because you will choose to obey in the smallest of ways, with a heart that truly seeks me. Are you willing to dedicate 7 days to praise me with all your heart? Regardless of your circumstances, will you choose to worship me not only with songs, but with daily decisions to trust that I still reign? Even when the world shifts, will you dare to believe that as you seek me in stillness, I am quietly working in what your eyes have not yet seen, that I am fighting for you in battles you could never win on your own? Will you believe that my promises are not limited by time or emotion, but are steadily being fulfilled over your life? If within your heart you are whispering, "Yes, Father," then know that your answer is no small thing. It is a voice that can shake heaven, for it marks a shift from doubt to trust, from passivity to pursuit, from delay to a walk of faith. I am not seeking perfection from you, but a willing heart, and, my child, that alone is enough for me to act, because when you enter these 7 days with a committed heart, you will not be the same. Not because you strive to be different, but because my presence will begin to transform you from within. You will find your heart growing stronger, not because you suddenly become brave, but because you've learned to place your strength in me. You will grow more bold, not because fear disappears, but because your faith grows larger than your fear, and you will be filled with confidence, not wavering in my love, not shaken by a changing world, because you will have tasted that love daily through seeking, worship, and praise. You will see my hand moving in ways you never imagined, not always in the manner you expect, but always in the way you need most. I may not change your situation instantly, but I will change your heart to face it with a peace that only I can give. I may not open every door in 7 days, but I will open the door of your heart, where my presence will dwell deeply and unshakably. And you will encounter the most precious gift of all, the fullness of my presence in your life. Not a fleeting feeling during prayer, but a living reality, a steadfast relationship, unshaken by mood or circumstance. You will begin to see me in every detail of your day, in the morning light, in the whisper of my word, in the gentle lifting when you feel weak, in the quiet answers you never expected. My presence will no longer be a distant longing, but a constant breath, an unseen strength, helping you walk each step. My child, I do not need your praise to be God, but you need to praise me to become who you truly are, the person I created with purpose, with calling, with a destiny full of hope. Praise does not change me, but it changes you. It aligns your heart to the rhythm of heaven. It strengthens your faith, deepens your hope, and ignites within you an unquenchable flame. And that is what I long to give you. So, my beloved, are you ready? Are you ready to set the phone down and open my word? Ready to pause in the middle of a busy day to say, Father, I still praise you, ready to trust me, even when you don't see the result yet, ready to offer me the most precious thing, not your time, but your trust? If your answer is yes, then I promise you this, it will not just be a week. It will be the beginning of a new season, a season of boldness, strength, and confidence, a season where my presence does not simply visit, but remains and transforms every part of you. And you will know that it is no longer you searching for me, but that I have always been right there, waiting to meet you in every heartbeat of trust. I love you, and I await you at this divine appointment, not for you to perform, but for you to become. Amen. As a child of God, He is always beside you, in every moment, to remind you to live in faith and in the love He pours out. Make sure to follow and turn on notifications so you never miss the words I speak from heaven. Amen.